the WHO and a little bit of the FHO are using some type of spectrolator, a Doppulator. I don't know if it has just one name. This could be disguised as some type of, is this a ship? I'm seeing something in my head and I don't even know how much I trust this shit now. That looks like a huge ship. And they could be living on these ships. And I'm telling you, I feel like some of these people who are experimenting and who are attacking have us somewhere. They are living on something completely different. And I'm guessing that I don't know if they show up from time to time, but it feels real space evil. Well, you know that there are the reptilians and then there are Draco reptilians, and this feels real low level reptilian. The reptilian that may be the species that sunk too low, and the reptilian could be the human. Would it be funny if they were attacking their own kind and didn't know it? It could be some weird thing where it's hybrid of each or something like that. You know what I mean? It would just be real weird. Like, I'm just so evil, I don't even realize I'm attacking my own self. There may be some of your people that you were dealing with that could be reptilian, or at the very least dealing with them and taking on whatever this reptilian brain is that people talk about, which would just be excessive lust, not knowing when to stop, right? Excessive addiction. These are the people, if they're in the 1%, that they see other people's addictions as a problem, but their addiction to experimenting and spying on people and fucking with science is more harmful to life than fentanyl. Fentanyl made room. It took a lot of lives. It did. Let's not get sudsy on it. Yeah, no. There's definitely something in the air creating problems between people. Targeting for whatever is at an all-time high. Some people don't even realize they're targeted. They're thinking you're crazy, and they're targeted. Dope. What's up with the dope? What's in the dope, yo? People are just, they're not waking back up. Good. And I'm sorry that this is your wife, and I don't really feel like you cared about her anyway. Maybe this is well, you don't care. They're going to be taken from you if you were codependent on this woman, or you were codependent on this man, whatever it may be. It could definitely be that the universe wanted somebody to acknowledge something, or, yeah, this is Capricorn is on dope, or this is a couple. Yep. And I think that what they say is that, oh, it's once in a while. Someone's going to just show up. No. Taurus. I also see that I see two people who like to breadcrumb, or somebody that likes it. It's an addiction to making it seem like I have what you need. Where would you be without me? Somebody could even say, my God, or I believe in God. It feels real devilish for somebody who talks about God, is what someone's saying. Do you even realize that you talk about God? This God that you talk about is a loving God. But look how you're treating people. You're on dope too, or this dope can mean anything. Like, this is for someone too where you have a roommate, and I feel like they count waters and drinks and shit like that, and they let you know. I mean, this is somebody that also talks about Jesus or saving or this, that, or the other, and it's like, I hope I have no choice but to look at this shit from another perspective. This is also somebody that moves around like they're on speed. They're sort of doing the crack walk, counting waters, rationing food for me, like they want to keep me imprisoned or stuck in the name of, you know what I mean? justice. Oh, you know, Revelation, oh, God's wrath. Why does it feel like your wrath is worse? This is the repercussion of that frequency I told you they're playing to induce some type of withdrawal. It's very faint. It's causing just enough discomfort where it's affecting people this way. There are people who are going out to get some kind of dope and they were getting sober, or they never tried it because you think that this is withdrawal and you think someone put the shit in your food. They want you on drugs. Please don't. What's going to happen is people who know about this are going to now, they're going to have to step up and do something. I'm not doing this for anybody but myself or my family. I can't worry about who talked about this and who started it, and it is here now, and it's affecting all of us. For what? How did it get here? I don't care. It's got people in tremendous pain. This is the nervous system. This is what this looks like, this card to me now. It's hard. It's hard to deny. Even people that are building, it's affecting a lot of people. People that are working construction or are going to doctor visits, complaining about pain. Not all the doctors are in on this, but there are doctors where it's awkward for me because you're those high-end doctors, and the people that you normally see, they don't need the insurance. I mean, they have this real good. What's the point of hurting the people who are having a hard time making ends meet and getting them to come in? You should be more selective about the people that you're targeting for this. Target the people who have the money, who can come in and pay you in cash. What are you going to get out of this person? This person works 60 hours a week on construction and is barely making it. So basically, so what? They go to a doctor, probably spend half of what they make a month on the doctor and picking up the meds and shit at this point, all right? And then what? There's just enough left over for them to buy some shit from the dollar store? How does that even benefit the greedy? Start taxing, or I guess this would be, it's a different type. It just is the street tax. The motherfuckers who are going to benefit you. Leave the ones alone that you've been constantly doing this shit, man. Constantly attacking these are secure stores too, like mom and pop kind of, or franchises. They're not necessarily big corporations, and they're not some rinky dink, but this is like, I mean, there's so much attention on this, which for me is people in communities now, like, we see, what is this? Where does this, there must have been a plan to end us all, because it seems like there's a lack of care with the system, with banks, with fixing problems, with cell service, prices going up. Is it possible that they can raise prices? They're trying to run this country remotely, causing a little bit more chaos every single day. They're in a ship now. Oopsie. You're still fucking with the wrong one. I think that when somebody heard me say that I'm taking a break, that I think that you meant that was permanently, sir. What is this here? This is the dope. This is losing. I'm losing. This is King of Swords. My way of being with my sternship is outdated, one, but it's also playing both sides too. It's keeping someone stuck. Somebody's idea about money. This is a poverty mindset. This guy here. I am stuck on it with the King of Swords. I'm firm on it. The way that I am in my ways, I'm losing, and I've been stuck for longer. They even say this, like, I've been broke more than I've had money, or I've been homeless more than I've had a home. I've been jobless. And they say this over and over and over again. And it's not just what they say, but they feel it. That's what's more important. I mean, I feel like people like me can trip the system when we do that, where I can say something that doesn't necessarily mean I feel it. Doesn't mean I don't feel what I say either, but I know my body auto-tunes itself for many things. My body's going, I'm not going to let you feel what you just said, but you had to say it. To prove a point, right? To just get it out. And I wind up like this. It's like, I don't want to see something. I don't want to see that this is no control over my money. The King of Swords has control, and they rule that with an iron fist, and the Five of Pentacles is nothing. So this is, I don't know how to handle it, right? I don't know what to do with it, right? This is, I don't have a bank account too, or they are in trouble with the bank or some type of corporation. There's something going on with a corporation. There could have been some slander. Somebody's reputation got a little ruined. And it could have been somebody that you dated. They saw them. Somebody ran into this person and lied about you, and they still have that lie engraved in their head. Like, they could think that you stole something, or that you prostituted, or you sold drugs. Whatever it is, I feel like they know that you didn't. But you don't know that, because you still get treated, or you still get the silent treatment, or whatever this is. Nothing changes on that end, but you're expected to change on yours. Somebody left town, they skipped town. What is this? Or they just take off, right? This is somebody that claimed to be responsible. I feel like when they show up, they could be kind of creeping on their wife, is what I heard, creeping on their wife. And they don't use this terminology, but some people that they know, they said that for a reason, that word for a reason. This person, why do I feel that there's somebody that you either never dated and they think it's you, or you did, and whatever it was, the outcome, right? I didn't like it. And this could even be 10, this could be 7, 6, 10, 12, 15 years ago even. 10, 5, 6, 17 years ago for somebody, almost 20 years ago. These are, I never forget. I never forget that stuff, but I forget the good stuff. What happened to me? I will force myself to think about things on constant cycle that are horrible, bad memories, things that piss me off, people betraying me, not showing up, standing me up, me losing fights at school. You know what I mean? Why do I keep thinking about this stuff? This feels like regret. I handled it the wrong way. Somebody chose a scholarship too, and they took off over you, and I don't think that worked out well. Someone else went off to college, and you stayed here, and I think you two were supposed to stay together, and they were all excited about living in the city and being Mr. and Miss Big Shot. This person watches you when you're walking now. They follow you in their car. This could even be the cops. These feel like good cops, though. Cops that, what is this with the dope? What the hell was I talking about? Oh, okay. It's crazy. I think the overall thing is what certain people will do and what certain people will not do in the same situations. I was going to put it all focused on dope, which would be just someone's character. I will be sick and wait a little longer until something else comes through before I will do this, and someone else is like, hey, how you doing? I used to be a hockey player, but now I'm a junkie. I know I look real dehydrated. What is this too? What's in the water bottle? It feels like GHB, or somebody put something in the water bottle. Or they took the wrong one. This would be karma. Somebody took the G instead of the fentanyl, and they're going to be sick soon. But they lied on a good person here. This hard. They lied on somebody, which kept them stuck. It could be a Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. But if it's not, then it's somebody else. How could you not know that this person is on drugs and then lying about somebody else being on drugs? You'll have people that refuse to see you or the other person. If you have this going on in your home, for somebody, it's a sibling, how can you, why are you treating me like I'm still getting high and I'm the one that's getting sober? And I asked myself this, why do I get treated differently now that no one, it's hard to take steps forward when nobody in your life except for you acknowledges any positive change that you've made. You don't need to be reminded all the time, but is this really where people are? Or I want people to say it for me, I don't want to say it for you. And I know why. The answer was immediate, because these are the types of people that refuse to admit that they are the same type of person, and even worse. You could be a 5,000 in debt, and somebody else could be 500,000, and they're telling you that you're fucking bad with money. You know what I mean? And then you're that person. Now you're seen as the bad cop of this shit here, and it would have been easier for them to say that the reason you respond the way that you do is because you're high still or you're on dope. But I feel like you're clear. You just, I think that if something can't be seen, it's impossible. Stop. No, they're not telling you to stop. They're just saying it's done. This cycle is complete. You call justice and wait to see what happens. If you feel like I can't get you to see this for what it really is, like when you need me to listen and I listen to your problems, you tell me the mistakes that you made. And then when I try to incorporate what you already said to me in a different way so that you can see that I'm not much different than you, especially if these are your parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles that spent time with you and they're struggling financially and so are you, and maybe I learned shit from you. Why do we have to have these waves of, here we go arguing, then it's like cops are called and somebody's always out front on the freaking front lawn arguing and fighting. Like, we're gonna do this, we have to bring attention to ourselves in order to see how fucking stupid this is. And then what happens is after we're like, oh my God, like King of Swords, I should have just kept that part. And this is also harsh judgment with this King of Swords. And then and then this is what he looks like. I should have just regret. This feels like, why did I say that? Because what'll happen is something's going to happen with a bank or an institution. Or it could happen with a vehicle or something where something's going to happen and they're going to know it's because you're either supposed to be looking at something differently, you're supposed to be, with the King of Cups, more compassionate. Like, we don't have a lot of this male compassion. Something happened when you had something happen where either you were homeless or with a vehicle or something. Somebody had to walk somewhere at some point too. They had to walk. And it's like, this person too, there's someone else where if you're a male, I don't know if you're a male, but you could have a car issues and you just walk. Like, I'll just keep doing what I need to. I feel like that's not enough. Like, I don't ask you to drive me anywhere. I walk. I intentionally don't eat a lot of your food. Like, I'm in a similar situation where I'm just kind of, I know how bad I'm hit with this target. I know how bad it is. And I know it grew way past just targeting because of a channel. This became some kind of psychotic addiction that most people couldn't understand unless they were in this situation. So it's hard for me to even explain it to certain people. I know that they can tell there's something up, and I can't do anything about somebody else's mood based off what they're going through, right? So I'm just saying that I feel a lot of you, because I feel like many people are concerned that they're just going to be put out, like you just told me to get my mail sent here, you know what I mean? Or like you just gave me clothes and I put them away and now you're telling me it's the worst form of go fuck yourself. And I do feel like many of you feel like, why did you even fucking have me? Like, I don't want to be this 50, 70-year-old, 38-year-old person that says this, but it seems like you hate me. And unless I'm contributing financially, and for some of you, it's dope where you have family members who are drug addicts too, and they're acting like they're getting it for somebody else, and I can see clearly that you're getting high, and you're going to judge me, but you come to me when other people aren't around. I'm not someone that just, like, I don't use you. I don't know how many people are dealing with this, but it's like, are there just going to be a bunch of people like that movie The Stand that wind up meeting up with each other homeless because your presence agitates people, your honesty I feel like what would be the advice? I want to ask them to flip out some cards for advice, because I feel like whatever this other realm is, I feel like I want to cry for certain people as these ancestors and stuff. Like it doesn't matter what people do. You are your problem is what I feel like. Just you are your problem. You whatever this is with the devil. This is addiction. This is even like lying to yourself and shit. You know, that's another addiction for somebody, is lying to themselves. You're supposed to be smoothing something over with a wife, a sister, a female type of energy, a daughter. You're supposed to be smoothing something over. All right, I want to see what kind of advice for people that are dealing with this. Like, I'm afraid that because they're going to be in a bad mood. Like, I go to bed. This is that narcissist confusion shit I'm telling you about. They're not doing but it becomes a spell. Like, I don't know what you I'm getting. I saw you. You know what I mean? You offered me something I didn't ask. This could just be miscommunication. Like, I don't ask for things. I allow it just to be brought to me, not because I feel like you should serve me, but because I know you're going through it too. Like, you offer me some type of hospitality, and we laugh, and then a few hours later, nothing bad happens. But now there's just this other side of you that now I have to get used to. And then, so, I mean, depending on whose home it is, you know, then people like to defend their dominion like that, and that they don't like it done to them. And what happens is the universe will make it so that now that person has to rely on somebody else for something. And they're going to see when it's too late. All right, well, what is this? It could be that there's a car situation with one, and then now there'll be a home situation. Like, I think that what this is it necessary to add pour alcohol on a wound that is already, because I'm thinking to myself, I just got bit in the fucking face by a dog the other day. You know what I mean? And like, I just had this thing where it could have gotten, I had to say something in my own defense, because I don't have anybody in my life defending me verbally. I have not one, not in front of me, and I never really did. And I never thought that I would be in my 50s and I would still be talking about this. That I don't have anybody that stands up and fucking defends me. I mean, in the midst of somebody saying something to me that's just, I don't deserve. I don't get this. I am that though. This has hurt me more than it has helped me, and I have to pull that back now. The world that we're going to be living in is going to be interesting. There will be no empathy. Those who claim and take dominion, and you stand for what you believe in when it comes to you. All right, when it comes to you, you're going to run into some, it's going to be one of those times where if you're not fake, you're not a phony, and you don't just blend in with those, you are going to be not preyed upon, but you're going to stick out even more than you do, it feels like, because there's just a side that refuses to change. And on top of the refusal to change, and what starts change is saying, like, I make mistakes, or I wouldn't be losing my home, or I wouldn't have just got fired. Somebody's cleaning out their desk and they don't know how to tell their wife. Tell your wife that you're human, and when you open up the closets and see all the shoes and shit fall out, you're going to have to remind her. Because I feel like you do the same, and you take it out on your daughter, who doesn't really care as much about material things as your wife does, sir. And I can already tell that you're angry and you're thinking of what to say to her. If you could just think on the way home, or put the radio on, and your outcome would be different. Because your daughter is one of your biggest supporters, and so is your youngest son. And for some reason, this is what we do. We take our biggest supporters and we shit on them. And then we go to the people who are pulling us down, and we breathe life into them somehow. Reverse this. It's too much on people who just want peace, or just know that this is the thing. They understand something a little differently spiritually about cycles that other people can't understand. There's you need to acknowledge something, which is why this thing isn't changing. It's not them. They acknowledge it. They said it out loud. I'm here because, or this is happening because, or I got fired because, or whatever. But if it's one-sided like that, the situation will stay exactly the way it is until there needs to be something that moves some shit out of the way. And it's only going to happen if the energy moves freely. It's impossible when only one person is taking accountability, and there are more 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes a whole family group against one motherfucker, man. You have junkies in your family fucking living for free while you're working 3 jobs and can barely keep an apartment going. Like, are you targeting me and I don't even realize it? You know what I mean? I'm still a part of this family, whether I was brought there illegally, whether I was adopted legally, whether I am the blood, whatever it is, like, so I see things differently, or I handle things differently. Does that mean I get treated differently? It will never work out if people are helping people who are putting their lives and other people's lives at risk in some way. And then you choose not to help those who are doing the opposite. I mean, some of you get help, but it's like 2-day, 2-week help. Am I helping, or am I helping? How am I? You know what I mean? How many times have even people who do this to you say, I can't help you and help myself and save? What is the point? Like, either I'm here and you need help clearly too, but you want me to help you and then save for myself. And if that was so fucking easy, you wouldn't need my help. You know what I mean? It just, sometimes, oh God, I hate saying things like that though. But sometimes you have to say things the way that they need to be said, and then you remove yourself and you don't keep going back and forth, because at some point something has to give with some kind of acknowledgement that if you remove this because it doesn't seem like something now, but this is growing into something else. With this going on, it's like you're biting your nose to spite your face. You're biting your whole face off. Somebody's dope habit is the reason that they're in a situation as well. I think somebody wants to blame another side or blame you for something, and it's the advice. Let's find out the advice. Tell me about this advice that people... It gives you ulcers, and there's some weird sickness in people where they like being like this. They like you walking on eggshells, and that's cool when you do it to someone that deserves it. But when that person wouldn't do it to you, now you're hurting somebody who may be a little more important in some other area of this thing called the universe. And I know that there are people who don't believe, because you're usually the ones where, if that's the case, how come you're always the ones that are struggling? Because 90% of the population is intimidated and can't stand these types of people. I'm sorry, it just is. Crazy patterns. You got some crazy patterns yourselves, right? Like we said, somebody's dope addiction. I think they just want to get into, some addictions would be crazy patterns, like the weird shit that you do, la-di-da-di-da. It could be how you take your bath, or how long your showers are, or how you make your food. I feel like you're just judged for a lot of things. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. This is patterns with speaking. 5 minutes ago, you just told me that you're glad I'm here. What is this? You know what I mean? Are somebody experiencing this? I don't know what to make of this. I know I'm not the crazy one. I know that I'm a private person, and if it was up to me, I would never come out in this room or the basement. You know what I mean? With the sun, do you go outside too? Somebody follows you when you go out to outside? Maybe if they're saying get out and walk in the neighborhood. I don't know if you do. And then what's crazy, this is what they're saying. Somebody will go, oh, you should. I think that you're limited, and I don't want to argue, right? I don't want to be involved in these crazy patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say what needs to be said, or this Queen of Swords could even be like, I'm going to, but I just don't really feel like it's going to do anything for me. With the sun, usually kind of nurture something, or right, feed something. So you don't, but it could even be like, I'll go outside, I go out for walks. It could be really hot where it's like overheating, I can't go outside, something like that, where it'll be like, you shouldn't go outside, you should come. And they act like they care. It's confusing, like, oh, the sun's gonna burn you. But then if you drank, for the one where your mom or your stepmom counts bottles of soda, like if you drank a half a bottle more than what you normally would, she's threatening to throw you out. It's just so weird. I don't think it's the lack of acknowledgement that you don't even realize you become this. That's the only thing possible. Here, the devil, look. This is addiction. Like you don't put, yeah. This to me feels like you overeat, or you over snort, or you over smoke, you over drink, you over shop. Somebody's dope is, that's what somebody's addiction is the most. I think that you give good advice with the Queen of Swords, advice with the Sun that would make they would bring success. This is successful advice. This could be financial advice. Like, I may have been targeted at my job, but I'm still a great financial advisor. Just because I was forced out of there doesn't mean. I think that you're always convicted before the whole story is known with you. I'm always guilty and I prove myself innocent, and I never get off the stand somehow. I'm always on the interrogation, under the lamp, always in the spotlight. I honestly don't feel like you want me to be sober. This is, not ending my addictions. Someone else can't do it. You could have the same addiction somebody else did. You could have stopped shopping, or you stopped going on social media. I'm trying. That's agitating more than it's helping. You're supposed to be a lead by example, but it's not being seen that way. But once again, when you do this in many areas and you don't take the time to reflect on you, but you're always finger pointing at somebody else, you don't even realize what you've become until somebody says it. And here she comes, Queen of Swords, right? This is something that is a passed down thing through ancestors. This feels like the ways that I say things are to help people see things. Like, my intentions are always good, but this devil side, I feel like this devil side with this star is, well, I don't really know what that is. I mean, this to me would be, someone only sees wish fulfillment with large sums of money. I only be happy, and it's because of your addictions that this whole situation is even like this. Somebody, there's an addiction to food. If you had to write down the addictions between everyone in this place, this is a corporate place too that's doing this. Write down your addictions. Ace of Swords, they want people to start doing this. With the Ace of Swords, this doesn't have to be that you grab a pen or you go on, but they want you to, at least with this sword in her hand, like, at least take the time to, in your mind, write out some of the addictions that you have and some of the bad choices that you made, that you're in this situation. Imagine if, when you were going through these things, that wherever you got your remedy from, all right, because for somebody it's someone that keeps giving you pills, and you're living in their home, or they're living in yours, they're giving you pills and shit, so you're becoming real irritable. If they leave and you ask them to go, then their medication goes too, unless you're trying to figure out a way to steal them. There are people that they kick people out on a cyclical basis based off of what they give them, and then it's like, oh, I see you up the street and I'm hungry, or I'm jonesing, so I'm going to ask you to move the fuck back in and mess with you. We all need help. Yeah, this is it's both people. There are two people here, or you're the two people that are staying somewhere that are dealing with this. This is also that feeling like you were triangulated, that this feels like family, where it's always me. I'm the bad son, or I'm the bad daughter and shit, or the grandkids even. Some of the grandkids are getting it from the same type of people. Like, can I just meet somebody? One person. This is what somebody's saying. Can I meet one person that I can laugh with? That's aware that this is just me dealing with something verbally. This also feels like I can't say anything to you. You want to put everything on me, and then I have no say so. Like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. So is this you forcing me to believe that I'm the problem always? Is it possible? I mean, you had parents, if you're grandparents. It's like you were children too. You're somebody's children. Just because they're not here, you could still be dealing with addictions and financial problems as if you were 17 and they were still here. Maybe nothing has changed just because you're older. It just feels like some things need to be said. But if you're dealing with somebody where you say something, I don't care if it's true, you got to go. I would say still say it. And if you have to go, you have to go for a little while. But don't, when you walk away from this situation, make sure you walk away from this situation with the goddamn respect that you have earned dealing with this for more and heavier than people know. And I think people are starting to realize that this is different than just targeting. This is someone that doesn't even acknowledge what they give off, you're just kind of in your own world. It's the other people's attention. They spend too much time focusing on you, whether this is watching what's happening for you or watching what's happening to you that's bad. And then they decide what your worth is to them based off of the two. So if you're having success in your life, yeah, then this accusation, I'm not going to accuse you of shit that I've done or I could be currently doing too, or something I'm doing is even worse when it comes to this. But if you're going through shit and you have nothing, okay, and somebody else comes along with this star and this large sum of money, then the truth is I'm going to deal with them. And I'm probably going to gossip a little bit. You know, I'm going to take their side. I'll triangulate myself. I will be best friends, you know. And then what I'll do is I'll bring awareness to something that's going on in my life. Someone doesn't even realize that they are a con artist when it comes to how they choose friends and allies. If they could wear it over their head, it would say, nah, man, what can they do for me? They're homeless. They may have some type of wisdom they learned from dealing with that shit, and just because they're homeless doesn't mean they deserve to be. You call it targeting, and people think that you're making excuses, but until they realize that targeting just means that there's something about you that makes me feel like I can unload all of my stress and depression and everything that happened to me, even as a child, onto you. And that when I want you to listen and I show up like this, I want you to hear me. I don't want you to respond, and I don't want you to give me advice. And you could even be like that, where, okay, well, like, this is like smooth moving forward from communication. Like, all right, I'll just listen. You know, I feel like you feel people out and you auto-tune to people like this. You're such a gift on foot, and nobody realizes what a blessing it is to have you in their lives until you're not there. And they don't talk about it because this is another problem, and this is another form of sickness. They hold this shit in, how they really feel about you and the kind of person that you are, and it agitates something in them that they can't change. So now they have this to compare it to. They're comparing that of you, the best part of you, to the worst part of them, agitating themselves. Instead, they should be comparing the best part of them to the worst fucking part of you. But let's just say that they can't find a worst part of you. Not you. You will find them all day. I won't tell you all day. I'm not going to put that out there all fucking day. But I know that I have flaws. Now they put this thing on you where I can't find anything wrong. Really? Well, this is going to make you want to kill me eventually. I just want to note, I didn't say this. You know, not everything in life goes according to what someone else wants. Not every person in life has the same problems at the same time. There it is. Everybody will experience, or you're supposed to in life, even down to everybody being arrested at least once. Every bit, every part of it, so that you don't judge others. Except for when that last one comes around, right? And the judging that happens after that. But how many times are we going through something? There are some people you're dealing with that just got out of a fucking hole. They just got out of one and they had help from somebody. This was a lawyer or something. Damn near put their house up to help them. And now you were put into their life so that they can pay that forward somehow. And then you wind up and all they do is knock. Did you know that they just got like a $50,000 loan from this lawyer? Are these your parents you just moved back in with? They just got a $50,000, I'm here in Stockholm, so you know that it's you. You wouldn't be able to move back into that home, and this is what they don't want you to know because they're embarrassed that they made the same decisions. Are these financial advisors or bankers, or one of them is? You know, isn't that sweet? I mean, you feel, right, I don't want to say that I feel targeted because it makes you sound like, but there's just something where I was treated differently. You know what I mean? Even your siblings, some of your siblings are like, I can say clearly that you treated so-and-so differently. You know, it didn't affect them and I, or at least I don't think so, but I have to say what's truthful and not just what you want me. There could be siblings of yours or even grandkids that don't talk to these people anymore. Nobody comes around anymore, and it's because of them. It's because of either the constant whining. It's like, I don't even want to go there anymore and shit. Some of you that used to go down the shore, or when it was nice out, you guys would do picnics or go outside or something. It's like, you don't go outside anymore. You just sit in the house and you just become angry. But it's like, I can't deal with this anymore, because whatever this devil shit is, it's always about money. Yeah, somebody's having a hard time having conversations because it always comes down to money. Like, oh, you're empty inside. This is what somebody's daughter or granddaughter said. You're empty inside. So if you don't have a wad of money in your pocket, you don't feel that there's a reason to live. It's hard to be around this, and then to also engage in conversation back and forth as if I'm a willing participant and I agree to this way of thinking that you have. This is toxic. It's a sickness as far as I'm concerned. And instead of verbally approaching it like this, where I feel like I'm going to insult you in some way because you are so and so, I would rather just remove myself from this. And I feel like this sibling is grateful that they can. You know what I mean? Like they know that there's something up with you. Yeah, they know that you just kind of, they're watching from the sidelines is what I just heard. Somebody's paying attention. And this is targeted at the bottom, right? They know this. Somebody knows there's something up. I'm not sure how long it's been going on, but they're watching the decisions that you make on loop. Somebody's paying attention that they don't do this, they don't do that. They watch when you go to walks. All right, so just know that there are people watching. Somebody was apprehensive on giving you some type of money, or this is even a record deal or something that's going to help something spin again. I feel like you just kind of feel like you were stuck in this situation, and like, I can't believe that this is happening. There's somebody who sees you. This is a really good friend. What am I doing? This could be somebody that you met in the past, even. And I feel like their mom didn't like you, so they could have kind of cut you off and shit. Yeah, I feel like the family also brought a lot of attention to something that you were dealing with. Or the family also does this with this guy. They could be older, like 50, or... but it feels like they understand the family part of this. Yeah, you have some people who can relate to what this is. I never would have called it gang stalking or targeting or bullying in the family group, but it is. This is no different than when you used to go to school and people used to, the first thing you do is you start knocking my hair and clothes and shit. It's no different when you get up and somebody just automatically digs into your shit. Okay, well, I hope that this helped. Oh, I guess the advice was, I said it. Just say what needs to be said. Sometimes people don't realize what's actually happening. You know, life. See you.